Listen, I have no idea how long or short this video is going to be. I just know that I have to talk to you guys. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Amber Johnson, also known as AJ. I am a realtor here in Ohio, and I specialize in new home construction, and I really talk about pretty much everything on my channel. So if that's what you're into, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I cannot speak. Hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification so that you are notified each and every time I post a video. My cousin and I, we were recently talking about our goals for the remainder of this year and next year. And while we were talking about that, we were talking about conversations that we have had with other people and how our goals don't necessarily align with theirs as far as our stages of life. And that's just the way things happen. Like, we outgrow people and we move on, and that's just the way things happens, the circle of life, if you will. When we were talking about this, she was talking about making a vision board, and I have made one vision board in my life, and it was okay, it was cool. But I feel like when it comes to vision boards, there are different motivations and intentions that come with that. And if your motivation and intentions are if you are not intentional about the vision board, I feel like it's one of those just fairy tale things, one of those just Disney movie type of things, and it's not really realistic. It's just things that you wish, hope, and dream for, but you don't actually have a method or any action behind it or anything that you can actually do to make these things happen. You're just like, in 5 years, I want to do this, or I dream about having a yacht and all of this other stuff, but there's no actual actionable things that you can do to move yourself closer to that goal. And so we were saying how we wanted to do a vision board, but we wanted to be very intentional about that vision board. And for me, I am 100% down with that. That is a vision board that I can get behind. And so in preparation for that, I was sitting here thinking about this year, thinking about next year, and some things that I want to do and goals that I want to accomplish. Most of the things that I have on my list is things that I want to work on within myself as it relates to being a mom, being a wife, and things like that. And then obviously financial and business goals that I want for myself. And so I began to write these things down and actually say numbers and concrete things, because I feel like that's another thing that we do. We have these wishes and hopes and dreams, but we don't have the steps we don't have a plan, and then we don't have a number set. So it's like, for me, every month I want to do this. Every day I want to do this. Every quarter I want to do this, or I am going to do this, things like that. Because it's one thing to say that you want to buy a house next year, but then it's something else to actually be taking the necessary steps to ensure that you are in a house next year. Because if you know that the way your financial situation is right now, you don't have any money saved, your credit is not where it should be, then you know that you may not be on pace to purchase a home this time next year. Maybe it'll be in 2 years or something like that. Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible, because it's completely possible, but you also have to know yourself well enough to know, can I actually do this? Something that I've had to come to terms with is being realistic about goals and things that I want for myself. At one point I was like, oh, I want to specialize in this type of real estate. And then it's like, okay, well, what are you doing to actually position yourself to get around people that will actually be buying those types of homes? You're not doing anything. You're just posting things on social media, saying things, but you're not actually getting in rooms with people. And that's something else. Like, We have to make sure that if you're in any type of business, unless it's completely online, you have to actually go out and meet people. You cannot just post on social media, post on YouTube or whatever, and think that people are just supposed to just flock to you just because. No, word of mouth is way more powerful, because believe it or not, we are in 2023, but there are still people that are not on social media the way we think that they are on social media. And meeting people face to face and having that conversation and being able to talk to people and get them to know, like, and trust you always is more effective face to face than it is online, because there are so many things that you can do to change your appearance, change your character, if you will, online, that you cannot do face to face. So as we approach 2024 and we are ending 2023, I want you guys to make sure that you are taking the time to really plan out strategically, piece by piece, what you want the rest of this year and what you want next year to look like. One of my colleagues, we were talking about an event that I have coming up. And if you are on my Instagram, you know that I have a home buyer seminar that is coming up later this month. And as I was beginning to prepare for that, I kind of got overwhelmed. And what she said was, she asked me, she said, "How do you eat an elephant?" And I was like, well, obviously you can't just chew it and, swallow it whole. And she was like, yes, exactly. You take it piece by piece, and then before you know it, you've eaten the entire elephant. And so I not only use that in just that situation, but I use it for every situation. So instead of getting myself overwhelmed and worked up on how I'm going to do this and how I'm going to do that, and oh my gosh, I don't have anything, how can I create something from nothing? I take it piece by piece, and then I begin to break it down, and then eventually I have achieved whatever it is I'm trying to achieve. So I hope that you have gotten something out of this video. I hope that this helps you think about the rest of this year, how you want next year to look, and actually sit down and plan things out. There's nothing wrong with good old pen and paper. Like, I literally have a pen right here and my paper here, and I've done some voice notes, and that's how I'm going to tackle it. That's how I'm going to get it done, and you can too. So I will see you guys in the next video. Talk to you soon.